And what's up, everybody? I'm back with another video game review. Today we're reviewing Vanquish. Now I don't exactly know when Vanquish was released. And I didn't have any plans on reviewing this game. But I was doing some post-Christmas shopping with a little bit of my money. And I was looking to get the other two games in a series that I have come to love. It starts with a B. You might know what it is. Not going to spoil it here. However, I was looking for the first game in that series, and I saw that there was a 2-game bundle with it and Vanquish. It was a 10th anniversary bundle on PS4. It was only $18. Whereas the game I wanted on its own was like $34. So I was like, well, this is a steal. I get the game that I want and another game for like almost half the price that I would have had to pay for the first game alone, which is great. So you know what? It's a bonus game. There we go. But that's how I got Vanquish. Played on PS4. Like I said, it's like a remastered version, but I got a lot of thoughts on this game, so let's jump right into it, shall we? And I'll be honest, I thought this was more of a movie than gameplay. There definitely is a fair amount of gameplay, but man, there's a lot of cutscenes. And a lot of them, especially near the beginning of the game, are drawn out like hell. And that's fine. There's a lot of cool stuff that happens in it, but you kind of want to be in the game as well and playing the game. So that is a little boring at the beginning. You know, it's not as good of a way, in my opinion, to hook the viewer as they could, but that's just my opinion. So, and you move painfully slow in this game. Oh my god, it's like a light jog. At that, if that, it's maybe worse than that. He's just like dum 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 dum. Like, what the? Can you move any faster? I know you got this big ass suit on, but you got people blowing by you that are much larger than you. Pick up the pace a little bit, and then you can't jump. Oh my god! Being unable to jump in this game. I talked about like how it's bad that you can't jump in like some of the like Zelda games or a lot of games. In fact, like Captain Toad, for example, you can't jump. And yeah, it's a problem, but at least in those games, there's a way to do things without needing to jump. They incorporate puzzles on how to jump. Vanquish, on the other hand, you'll come up to a vertical wall like this, vertical wall, and there's seemingly no way to climb up it, and you're like staring like this. Oh, how do I get up here? It's all the way up there. I don't know what I'm doing here. I can't jump because this game is stupid, and then I'm not even jump. It's so dumb. I don't know why you can't jump. There's also a Jaws reference in this game. I'm gonna need a bigger boat, but instead of a bigger boat, I'm gonna need a bigger gun. So that was pretty cool. I like that. There's also a lot of other attempted humor. Most of it does not land very well, say that. But they at least tried with some of the script writing. I talked about the jumping. Being able to freaking jump. It's annoying because like you get stuck, right? And then you just have to like stand there and wait for everybody else in your party to catch up. And they're like a mile behind you because they got stuck in a corner and didn't know what to fucking do for 20 minutes, right? And they're just like all the way back there and you gotta wait for them. Sometimes there's still enemies that have caught up and you gotta fight them. You gotta try to stay alive before everybody comes back. And then, like, it doesn't tell you that you have to take out of all the enemies, but you do. And the only way you get through that is by taking out all the enemies. And then all of a sudden the whole wall just gives way breaking down, it builds like a bridge, and then you're into the Antarctica or some shit. Like, what the fuck? That doesn't make any sense. The levels in the game are also pretty tightly spaced. So, like, there's a lot of, like, barriers that prevent you from doing a lot of free movement in the game. Like, there's maybe a lot of pillars or boxes or something like that, or that are making, and then sometimes, like, you're standing on a balcony or you're standing on, like, a ledge or something like that, and you want to move forward, and you should be able to move forward, but there's an invisible barrier that pops up during the battle or during the sequence that is preventing you from moving forward. And I think that's just some of the dumbest stuff ever. Like, let's take the Artemis Core battle, I think it is. I don't know exactly what the boss battle is, but that one, right? You stand on this balcony, and you have to, and then in the second phase of the fight, you have to hit it from behind. Or you have to knock out its legs, but you can only hit its legs at a certain point. But we can't get down. We can't jump down from the ledge to go underneath it and hit it from behind. We just gotta hope that we can aim back there in like the 2 seconds we'll have before he fucking realizes where we are and start turning around and start shooting his 3-mile wide laser beams out of his chest. So then you gotta figure it out. Then you gotta shoot down his legs, but then his legs become invincible, and then you can shoot down the arms, and the arms do something, and it's a whole thing, but that's just an example. There's plenty of other points of that happening in the game that you can make it just pretty frustrating, because you get spazzed out with a bunch of other people in the game, and then you don't know what's going on or where you're at. You know, are you making a hit or you're not? Sometimes the aim function doesn't work. Sometimes it doesn't highlight a certain point that it needs to be highlighted, and that can get pretty frustrating right off the bat. With all that, though, with the battles are still a lot of fun. They're definitely the highlight point of the game. They are very chaotic, like I said, especially some of the bigger ones, but they're a lot of fun. The boss battles, in particular, are very grand, epic, intense, but a lot of fun to do. You have a lot of cool abilities and a lot of cool weapons. And a lot of available ammo too, and sometimes you can send on these big turrets that do a lot of damage as well, and they're a lot of fun to do with the bigger bosses, and definitely keep the game fresh, keep it spicy, keep it exhilarating, and I love that. It does a great job with that. So a lot of grandiose stuff there for sure. So really, this game's also short. It's a short game. I didn't really expect it to be that short, but it is. So, a lot of people are calling for a sequel of this game. I don't know if I really want one. It wasn't like a super revolutionary experience for me. It wasn't terrible though. I definitely think if they worked out some of the kinks in a new game and changed up some stuff, it could work. I don't know if I'd buy it, but it'd be cool to see, at least. So, but anyways, that's my review of Vanquish. My final score, probably going to have to give it a good, we'll give it a 7. It was an enjoyable experience. Nothing crazy, but it was enjoyable. So, there you go. But that's going to do it for this review. If you've ever played Vanquish, I'd love to know your thoughts about it in the comment section down below. And that's going to do it for this video, so stay tuned for much more amazing content, including more game reviews and other awesome stuff. And until next time, see you guys later. Goodbye.